How you guys doing tonight? Hey man, you guys look pretty hot, you know what I'm saying? I like it. Hey, I just want to say welcome you guys to Socal Pro Summer Sizzle. As you can see, I'm a little heavier this month because I got the Golden State Championship on my shoulder. That's right. I stepped inside that steel cage and I did what I said I was going to do. I left the Del Bravo shot in the middle of that cage. Hey, but with further ado, I want to go ahead and introduce to you our announcer for the night, Miss Olivia. Let's give it up for Olivia.
How we doing out there? Thank you so much, Tortuga, for kicking it off tonight. This is Socal Pro Summer Sizzle. And we've got not one, not two, but 3 title defenses for you tonight. What do you think about that? All right, well, let's heat things up with our first match. The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from the town of Dead Horse, weighing 210 pounds, Andy Hollow. And his opponent, from Temecula, California, weighing 200 pounds, Billy Lodge.
Welcome to Socal Pro Summer Sizzle. As always, I'm Kevin Cormack. The Mac is back, and once again joined by my commentary partner, Scarlett Charlotte. How are we doing tonight, Charlotte?
Oh, the building is hot, I'm hot, and the wrestling action is hot. I am stoked for tonight.
You could
Kevin.
say it's sizzling.
You could say that. You could absolutely say it's sizzling. But right now, the only thing that's sizzling is I think Andy Hollow's bad at it. Bad attitude.
You spoke it into existence, Charlotte. That's the power of manifestation right there. And we're seeing the power of Andy Hollow, one of the strongest wrestlers on the roster today, and an ominous presence in the ring, as always.
Collar and elbow tie-up. Andy Hollow pressing back Billy Clutch with a big hip toss. Get getting started quickly, and Andy Hollow is already showboating on the second rope.
And you know, Billy Clutch, fresh off that win at the Summer Classic Battle Royal. Not the tournament itself, mind you, but the Battle Royal that took place shortly after. He did come out on top, beating out several other wrestlers.
Over 10, Kevin, not just several. Over 10, and with that quickness, Billy Clutch, big arm drag to Andy Hollow, looking for a second arm drag, sending Andy Hollow flying.
It's awful easy to underestimate just how quick Billy Clutch is when he's in the ring with you. This is a guy who kicks it up to 11 every time, or as he would say, 7th gear.
10 on 10. Hip drop, hip toss for hip toss, and a big monkey flip from the corner. Billy Clutch definitely has the speed advantage. Definitely has the speed advantage in this match with a little bit of rolling thunder. You know, high temperatures and humidity will do that, Kevin.
As a matter of fact, it will. And Billy Clutch is seeking to keep that momentum from his Battle Royal win. Andy Hollow looking to take that momentum and use it in his favor. Almost in a jiu-jitsu style. Use his own power against him.
Well, he definitely used Billy Clutch's own sympathies against him. Billy Clutch looking to get Andy Hollow back into the ring. Andy Hollow with a hot shot to the rope.
Andy Hollow always looking to crush the hometown hero. This is the kind of guy who revels in taking the people's favorite wrestlers and absolutely demolishing them in the ring. This is a powerhouse who knows how to use that power. The veteran versus the young upstart.
You can see the pain in Billy Clutch's face from that. The young upstart. The young upstart on the wrong end of a vicious cannonball by Andy Hollow.
And he's gonna go for the pinfall here. Not enough.
Only a count of 2 as Billy Clutch's right shoulder was able to get up and break the referee's count to 3.
Billy Clutch's resiliency and his unshakable will has brought him through a lot of matches that he's been on the underdog side of, Charlie.
Absolutely, but Billy Clutch very rarely on the underdog side for very long is that ingenuity. And the looking for that O'Connor roll, got the shoulders down. Andy Hollow fighting it, but Billy Clutch did not give up.
Well, we've watched the technical expertise of Billy Clutch build up since his debut, and I gotta say, it's never the same. It's always a little bit better each time. If you watch a video of Billy Clutch wrestling now versus Billy Clutch wrestling a year ago, they're hardly even the same wrestler, Charlie.
Andy Hollow looking like he's choking Billy Clutch with something, a strip of leather. Oh, it's tape.
It's his
He's
hand wrap.
Undone his own hand wrap. Technically, not a foreign object. That was cleared by the referee. Andy Hollow bending those rules, just like he's bending the body of Billy Clutch.
You know, we might have to update the rule book after this one. Andy Hollow's the kind of guy you gotta write rules for.
You are not wrong, Kevin, as that senton gets all of its target, but only a count of 2 as Billy Clutch is able to get his shoulder up in time.
And, you know, Andy Hollow is one of the most imposing presences at Socal Pro. He just has this air of spookiness about him. I can't think of a better word to describe him than just a creepy dude.
Definitely an ethereal presence as someone who's been in the ring and been on the wrong side of Andy Hollow plenty. I can absolutely tell you it is unsettling, but Billy Clutch with that very nice bicycle kick.
Oh, he might pin the Molgoth tonight.
Don't tell Andy Hollow you said that or you're going to find out yourself in the wrong side of Deadwood.
I'm not gonna lie, I stay at arm's length when I say things like this. I know my abilities.
Unfortunately, Billy Clutch knows how it feels to be at arm's length from Andy Hollow. That rake to the eyes. Referee giving quite a bit of leniency here in this match tonight. Andy Hollow getting that head of steam. Billy Clutch going out of the way. Andy Hollow almost sends himself out of the ring. Catches his shoulder on the corner post. Billy Clutch is going to use this moment to rehabilitate, recuperate, and a big flying clothesline. Flying clothesline. Billy Clutch with that standing kangaroo dropkick, and he is
excellence of Billy Clutch here. When you look at the tail of the tape, they're about the same height, but Andy Hollow has a size advantage. Billy Clutch is intelligent enough to know he needs to use that size advantage against Andy Hollow tonight in order to come out victorious.
Billy Clutch going to the top rope, coming from the stratosphere. Awkward landing, could have absolutely done something, but Andy Hollow capitalizing with that huge spear. And Billy Clutch turning the
Oh my God!
Billy Clutch turning the tables.
Here is your winner, Billy Clutch.
Billy Clutch, like you mentioned, with Andy Hollow using that that water-bending-like ability to morph his opponent's energy against him. Take a look at this. After a big spear, it looked like it was Andy Hollow's match over and done.
But see, like I said, the excellence of Billy Clutch is in that ability to take his opponent's size advantage and turn that into a disadvantage. It's one of the most impressive things we see here time and time again at Socal Pro is the little man knows how to come back. Billy Clutch, the hometown hero, perseveres tonight and comes away with a big win as always. Let's kick it back one more time to our wonderful ring announcer, Olivia, to see what the next tail of the tape is, Charlie.
All right, what do we think of that first match? Thank you. All right, we love it. We love the energy. Why don't we keep it going with our next match? What do you say? All right, the following is a singles contest scheduled for one fall. The following is a four-way tag team contest scheduled for one fall. And it is for the Socal Pro Tag Team Championship.
Not these guys again.
Introducing first, Eddie Islas and Gunjack. Together, they are the Straight Edge Order.
Two of the absolute biggest bullies in Socal Pro teamed up together.
Making their way to the ring from Vista, California, Danny and Derek, the Cox Brothers. Making their triumphant return from Tijuana, Mexico, El Rey and Bamboo, the Lucha And our final tag team for this contest, making their way to the ring, from Bell Gardens, California, Lucas Riley and Dominic Gubrick. Together, they are the Krusty Crew. And they are your Socal Pro Tag Team Champions.
Too much experience.
consider that more of an act of terrible attitude than bad luck. I mean, seriously. These are two of the biggest bullies on the roster in the straight edge order. They have no respect for anything, let alone the champion.
Well, we've seen some chaotic matches here in Socal Pro Wrestling before, but I think this is going to be absolute bedlam here at Summer Sizzle. 4 teams, 1 championship, and the bell has rung.
We are off. And of note, the Lucha Kings did unfortunately lose their championships to the Krusty Crew a few months ago. And I don't believe they ever got their rematch. It seems that the Lucha Kings are looking for redemption in this 4-way contest tonight. They're gonna have to beat out 3 other incredibly qualified tag teams in order to take back their championship that they feel is rightfully theirs.
Bamboo and Lucas Riley in the ring right now. Bamboo of the Lucha Kings, Lucas Riley of the Krusty Crew, and already the shoulder straps are coming down as Bamboo and Eddie tags Bamboo in. Now, as you can see, Kevin, that's what this match is all about, this 4-way match. 2 men in the ring, but any tag team can tag any member of another tag team to become the legal man.
And you know, something of equally important note here, the champs don't actually have to get pinned to lose that title tonight.
Absolutely.
It could be Gunjack pinning Danny Cox somehow, and he would still pick up the title for his team.
With a very nice dropkick right to the push of Eddie Islas. Eddie Islas tags in Derek Cox.
And you know, abusing the tag might actually be the smart move here. I don't often side with Eddie Islas. We have history. But I will say, if you can tire out the other 3 tag teams as quickly as possible, you stand the best chance of winning the tag team championship.
Absolutely. Now, I will just say, we have history. You can say that about you and Eddie, or Eddie and anyone else in the locker room.
Indeed you could. Eddie Islas.
Derek Cox, sorry, I don't mean to interrupt
No,
you, Kevin,
please.
but Derek Cox is showing an amazing prowess prowess for that mat wrestling style that the Cox brothers bring in. The Lucha Kings bring in the lucha, the Rusty Crew bring in that high flying, the Straight Edge Order bring that smash mouth style, and the Cox brothers bring in that amateur, that competitive mat wrestling style.
Oh!
An innovative offense as Derek slams Danny onto Lucas Riley.
And incredibly important to note, that being the Cox brothers, these two are still competing collegiate wrestlers. Derek notably wrestles for No Mercy Wrestling Club. Danny is wrestling at the collegiate level for the University of Dubuque. That's in Iowa, for those of you asking where is Dubuque. These are guys who are still out there doing the thing even outside of the squared circle, Charlie. It's pure love of the game. That's what brought them there. That's what earned them this title shot.
Dom Kubrick with a very nice clinic of offense onto Danny Cox.
And it's hard to find a more picture-perfect set of tag team champions than that found in Dom Kubrick and Lucas Riley. They look like tag team champs, they move like tag team champs, and thus far, they've been tag team champs.
And I'll tell you what, they look great in gold like tag team champs. Gunjack tagging his way in though. Dom Kubrick not happy about that. And Danny Cox making him regret it. Gunjack being sent down with clotheslines after clotheslines.
The most interesting wrestler in the world. You know, Gunjack told me recently.
The most interesting and perhaps the most cowardly as Gunjack scrambles to tag El Rey from the Lucha Kings.
Now, Gunjack told me, and he may or may not have slipped me his money to say this, that both sides of his pillow are always cold. Because he's just that interesting. He defies physics, Charlie.
So both sides of my pillow were cold too, but that was when I was homeless. Now, Danny Cox with some very nice control of El Rey from the Lucha Kings. El Rey ducking that outside and a big springboard crossbody from the Lucha King, El Rey.
And it's interesting to see you have four distinct styles going on here. You have pure unadulterated Lucha Libre in the Lucha Kings. You have more of a modern take on wrestling in the Krusty Crew. You have the collegiate style of the Cox brothers. And then you have, I don't know what you would call the Straight Edge Order. I can't think of anything that's PG enough to say on TV.
I mentioned it earlier, that smash mouth style, and all of this blends into what I can only describe, Kevin, good soup.
Indubitably, this is the beef stew of Socal Pro right here. Hearty, fulfilling, but you still want more.
And after these knees to the face, Danny Cox is probably going to be only able to eat soup for the foreseeable future as the Lucha Kings open up a tag team clinic, and
There's
Derek
the Summer
Cox,
Classic champion coming in to break up the pin.
Derek Cox, very well stated. Derek Cox, our Summer Classic champion. Now is not the legal man. Danny Cox is the legal man. Lucha Kings are also not both legal. It is Bamboo and Danny Cox. And the Lucha Kings sent both of the Cox brothers out of the ring, and it looks like we're gonna see some air lucha.
And this is a strategy. The Straight Edge Order let you think they were out. And like a viper, they've slithered back to the side of the ring to bite the Lucha Kings. Vile way of doing things, but absolutely undeniably effective, Charlie.
Like I mentioned, absolute chaos already devolving as tags upon tags. Eddie Islas and Danny Cox, now the two legal men. Eddie Islas not sending Danny into the corner. Unfortunately, normally in tag team wrestling, you can cut the ring off. You can keep one side to yourself. Now, it's down to a quarter of the ring as your zone, your area of protection. And now, Danny Cox is in no man's land.
The more individuals you add to a tag team match, the less your ability to play to your safe area is effective. There is little to no safe area, especially in an 8-man tag match like we're seeing here tonight. You have no room for breaks. works. And it's going to come down to a contest of cardio, a contest of strength, and a contest of who wants it the most.
Absolutely. Almost a chess game being played by our competitors on top of a wrestling match as Eddie getting a little bit cocky. Lucha Kings are still down and out. And Danny Cox is desperate for a tag right now. It doesn't matter whether it's to his brother or to one of the Krusty Crew.
Eddie's looking a little frustrated after that pin. And you gotta wonder, when the cheater gets frustrated, where's he gonna go? We've seen awful creative ways for the straight edge order to come out on top. But it is important to note, the Krusty Crew has not lost a multi-tag match here at Socal Pro. That ladder match versus, obviously, Anthony Idol and Motros, the Lucha Kings as well, they came out on top of that. They put themselves through hell.
Dom Kubrick coming in with like a house of fire, bringing down Eddie Islas, giving Gunjack a smack for good measure. You can give him one more, by the way. There we go. Slamming Eddie Islas onto his partner, Gunjack. Dom Kubrick with a house of fire, and Derek Cox tags himself in. Derek Cox tags himself in, cuts off Dom Kubrick's fire, and with a big body slam. Body slamming the other half of the tag champions, Lucas Riley. Bamboo getting in. Bamboo also eating a body slam from Derek Cox. And El Rey says, I'll have one of those too.
A new standard, the Summer Classic champion, Derek Cox has shown when he lights a fire, he burns down the house. This is a guy who only needs a spark, and that's exactly what we're seeing once again here tonight, Charlie.
Derek Cox.
Oh no.
Derek Cox, unfortunately, on the receiving end of a brilliant tag team maneuver and a huge springboard cutter. Unfortunately, the Krusty Crew are not the legal men right now. The Krusty Crew cannot pin anybody. They need to be tagged in, but unfortunately, they're having some unfinished business, like you mentioned, Kevin, with the Lucha Kings, and they might be getting a little bit distracted.
At this point, Charlie, the rules have ceased to exist. This is not a free-for-all. Our men are still alive here. But this is absolute pandemonium. Who's to say where it goes from here?
Well, all the Lucha Kings say is it goes down. And as the straight edge order come in and now throwing hands with the Lucha Kings, the referee is not there to keep order. The referee is there to count to 3.
It's incredibly important to note the Cox brothers have both been taken out to ringside right now. If one team scores a 2-fall pin here, it could spell disaster. There's no one else here to break it up. The Lucha Kings are well known for their double pinning finish.
Now, the Cox brothers and straight edge order throwing hands. I'm going to be so for real, Kevin. I really hope that the referee remembers who the legal man is, because I have nothing.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty confused, Charlie, but I'm having a good time watching some incredible wrestlers pull off moves that only exist in most people's dreams, Charlie.
A modified particle collider as the Cox brothers send both of the straight edge order down. Lucha Kings are the first to get up out of the entire mess of bodies, and they are also sending the Cox brothers out. Now, there was some trouble on the landing pads, but I think we're officially about to see Air Bamboo from the stratosphere.
Oh my God!
Acai means dragon, and that was one hell of an acai moonsault to the outside from Bamboo. And that might be enough to, okay, well, I was going to say, seal it. I was going to say, get the championship, but El Rey looks like he's not done. He's also going to fly.
Oh my God, twice!
Clearing the top rope. Clearing the top rope.
This is the peak of Lucha Libre right here. Absolutely incredible. 2 aerial moves all in a row. Absolute insanity going on at ringside here. And let's see it again, Charlie.
You can see El Rey
And
not
it's
all
worth
of them.
mentioning the top rope is at least 5 feet up, not accounting for the athlete on the top rope there. To clear that is an absolutely incredible feat of athleticism. To remain accurate, oh my God!
Gunjack hitting Derek Cox with the belt.
Oh my God!
And the straight edge order.
Here are your winners and new SoCal Pro Tag Team Champions.
There's no other way to say it.
The straight edge order has stolen the win.
Eddie Islas and Gunjack, the
They're
straight
tag champions.
edge order.
Kevin, like you said, stolen is the operative word here. The straight edge order have officially robbed the bank. That is the Krusty Crew.
Oh my, Gunjack is so interesting, he doesn't even need to beat the champ to be the champ. Isn't that something? Oh my Lord, what a contest for our Spanish-speaking audience. Ay Dios mío, what a contest. Oh, I am hardly at a loss for words. Oh.
Let's see one more time here. We've got that modified Doomsday device being broken up by Eddie Islas. Eddie Islas snatching something from Bamboo.
The mask.
He
Snatched his mask off.
He snatched the mask from El Rey, leaving Gunjack open for a succession of illegal blows, but the ref's back was turned.
A dark cloud has just been cast over the tag team division tonight, Charlie. And I gotta say, it feels like rain.
Well, the only thing that's raining down is, like you said, that cloud on the tag team division. Is the straight edge order are officially the new tag team champs. And I was told that if I actually speak my mind about how I feel about Eddie Islas, that I'd be removed from the commentary desk. So
Well, there's a sign posted in the locker room that says that for everybody. I think it's engraved.
Well, we've learned tonight to expect the unexpected, haven't we? All right, what do you say we keep it going with our next match? Let's turn the heat up. The following is a singles contest scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Dimension 666, weighing in at 180 pounds, he is the head-banging horror show, Araxiel. And his opponent from Tortopolis, Mexico, weighing in at 187 pounds, he is the Sexy Maxi, Don Caliente.
And the bell has rung on this singles competition, and Don Caliente already with a crowd in the palm of his. The crowd are definitely behind.
They're somewhere on him, Charlie. They
They
sure
are
are.
supporting Don Caliente.
Indubitably they are. I believe somebody chose to support him with $1 on his way to the ring. He's gotten rid of it, thankfully. Something important to mention before we even get started. Again, two absolute incredible wrestlers coming off of the Summer Classic tournament. Obviously, neither one of them came out on top. And it seems that Don Caliente has been on something of a Don Frio streak lately. That's cold for my English-speaking audience. Now, while Don Caliente has been on an incredible run in 2026, it just hasn't been going his way his last few matches. And you gotta wonder, is he still reeling from his absolute war with Gustavo Perez, where he made his brother say, "I quit"?
Well, Don Caliente certainly doesn't look like he's reeling. He looks like he is in full control, strutting his stuff and talking to the referee.
It's almost like he's struggled to lock himself back in lately, and it cost him a few matches. And especially against somebody like the headbanging horror show Araxial, who comes all the way from Dimension 666 just to be here at Socal Pro. You need to be locked all the way in.
Speaking of locking in, Don Caliente locking in that very nice looking arm drag and a second one, sending Araxial to the corner. Don Caliente looking for something very nice. Pushed off by Araxial into another arm drag. Very innovative offense we've seen here from Don Caliente. Springboard off the bottom rope with a kick to the mush.
Perhaps I'm eating my words early into this contest. Don Caliente looks like he's found his stride once more. We just gotta hope that he can stick to it tonight and come out with the victory.
Don Caliente asking someone in the crowd to do the worm. Don't know if that's gonna work at front row, Don Caliente, but neither did that pin. Araxial get his arms up at the count of one. Don Caliente going back to control for that headlock.
The most sensual headlock in the business by far. You know, you gotta be impressed by somebody who can bring that energy into everything that they do. If Don Caliente is nothing else, he is incredibly consistent in who he is.
Absolutely, Don Caliente is the epitome of consistency. You can see right here, no matter what travels, no matter what adversity that Don Caliente experiences, at the end of the day, he's going to do what Don Caliente does. And right now, it looks like Don Caliente is about to rain down the pain on Araxial, giving our crowd a little bit of a math lesson.
What else is incredibly impressive about Don Caliente is this is a guy who works hard and plays even harder. I went out with Don Caliente once in January, I want to say. I'm still not fully recovered.
I was gonna say, is that why I haven't seen you until about yesterday before the show?
This is correct. I went out with Caliente once. I woke up with a torn rotator and an ACL missing. I don't know what happened to it, Charlie.
Well, Araxial is definitely not missing the mark on Don Caliente with that very nice European uppercut, sending the Don down.
And you know, it's almost like a little bit of heaven versus hell out here tonight. Obviously, Dimension 666 is not hell. It's its own thing.
No, it is legally distinct.
It is. It is. I got it wrong once. I've never been the same. And with Don Caliente, a little bit of heaven, a little bit of Socal Pro's own angel. Your own slice of, I believe in Spanish, it is cielo. Correct me in the comments if I missed that one.
Araxial with an elbow, sending Don Caliente into the corner, and another elbow to keep him there. Araxial is, there's no other word to say it, in full and total control of the match as of right now. Big clothesline in the corner, back elbow. Ow. And that single arm bulldog bouncing Don Caliente's head off the mat.
Araxiel may be evil, but he doesn't cheat. I gotta give him that. He's a clean-cut wrestler. He just happens to be one of the most ruthless, absolutely evil people that has ever made their way to Socal Pro's roster. Now, being evil doesn't make you a cheater, Charlie.
No, absolutely not. Being a cheater makes you a cheater, and that's what the Socal, and that's what the straight edge order is. But I digress.
I don't want to talk about them anymore tonight. I'm still upset.
Araxiel with the forearms to the jaw of Don Caliente, wearing down that jaw. Just a few months ago, Don Caliente had a steel chair bounced off the dome. So you can imagine that's still a bit of a sore spot. As Don Caliente says here, have a sore spot for yourself. A huge right hand sends the demon from 666 down.
Now, important to mention, Dimension 666 has some of the toughest training in the world, and Araxiel has never stopped working. He regularly returns to Dimension 666 in order to become more ruthless, to sharpen his devious, demonic, destructive skills of destruction. I had to use destruction twice. That's how destructive he is.
Oh, absolutely. Destrucity in full effect. Araxiel, sure. Araxiel looking for that armbar, that head-banging armbar that he so often pulls out of the bag, but Don Caliente was able to get his ankle on that bottom rope to break the count. Only a count of 2, as Don Caliente is not done yet. It's going to take a lot more than that to bring him down.
And the strategic mind of Don Caliente, he managed to get his foot on the rope there. He knows when he's in trouble, and he knows how to adapt. This is somebody who's always found their way back from every setback. If you talk to him long enough, he'll let you know.
Just as you were saying, that raise the boot to stop Araxiel's barrage of offense. Back elbow now sends him down as Don Caliente's pointing, he's calling his shot, and Araxiel sends him out onto the floor.
It may not have been the best strategic move to tell the guy that you're gonna hit how you were gonna hit him. I'm not gonna lie.
Don Caliente!
He was playing the long game, Charlie.
Don
You gotta be
Caliente
impressed.
acted like a crossing guard saying, stop!
And you know, no one holds more power in this world than the crossing guard, Charlie.
Don Caliente up through suicide dive. As you can hear Don Caliente's skull and Araxiel's horns bouncing off of each other. You can hear that impact from that suicide dive from Don Caliente.
Just driving head to head. Let's see it again, as a matter of fact. When you drive the head against the head like that, when you fill the entire venue with the crack of skulls, neither one of you is going to have the full range of thought that you once had. They're probably both concussed. They're probably both struggling to come up with the remaining strategy for the evening, Charlie.
Oh! And Araxiel with a little bit of strategy of his own, a spear taking Don Caliente out of the air. But unfortunately, Araxiel may have hit him a little too hard as Don Caliente is able to roll out of position.
In the military, we call that a tactical retreat. Sometimes you gotta step back, reevaluate your manpower or woman power or other power, and just figure out what your next move is gonna be.
Absolutely.
And Araxiel says no way. He's not giving him any time to recoup. He doesn't want the momentum to swing in the other direction.
Remember, Cormac, it's not a retreat, it's advancing backwards towards future victory.
I now have a migraine. Thank you very much, Charlie. You lost me there, but Araxiel seems to be setting up. Oh! Don Caliente got out of the way of that trademark brutal spear that Araxiel has put away so many opponents with.
Don Caliente acting more like a matador, Toro, as Araxiel sends his own head into the corner, and Don Caliente going up, looking for, oh, that huge to the back of the neck of Araxiel, and that is it, folks. One,
Don
two,
Caliente has ended the cold streak.
Here is your winner, Don Caliente.
And folks, if Caliente was on a cold streak before, it's heated up to an absolutely sizzling degree here at Summer Sizzle Socal Pro. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, I am Kevin Cormack, here with Gnarly Charlie, Scarlet Charlotte, Socal Punks, Socal Pros, Punk Princess of many names.
Yeah, you got there. You got there.
It took me a minute, but it's about the journey.
And speaking of the journey, Don Caliente was on an arduous journey and is now the one in the middle of the ring with his hands raised.
And listen, he has so much presence, such aura, as the kids say. Even the ref couldn't resist getting in there for a celebration. This is a guy you gotta love.
SoCal Pro fans, this brings you to our intermission for the evening. In 10 minutes, only 10 minutes, it's hot, we're gonna roll through this. In 10 minutes, we will be counting the raffle winners. You have 10 minutes to get your raffle tickets, and we
matches. So Tortuga and Matthias, and then, oh no, Tortuga and Alex, and then Matthias and
All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, how we feeling after intermission? You ready for some more wrestling action? All right, we've got a very special match for you now. The following is a contest for the Socal Pro Golden State Championship. Introducing first the challenger from Los Angeles, California, weighing in at 220 pounds. He is the master of disaster, Alex.
Macho! Macho! Turtle goes down! You suck your necks! That's right, baby.
And his opponent, making his way to the ring with Chris and Farah from Lake Elsinore, California, weighing in at 230 pounds. He is the shell-shocking, party-rocking, big green machine, your Socal Pro Golden State Champion, the mighty Tortuga!
Welcome back to Socal Pro Summer Sizzle. I am Scarlet Charlotte, joined by Kevin Cormack, a voice sweet as cognac.
Oh Lord, the Mac is back. For the record, I did that before Conor McGregor. He stole it from me. And we're off in a contest for the Golden State Championship, one of the most revered prizes in Southern California, nay, the world today, Charlotte.
Absolutely. As we welcome the master of disaster, Halix.
I know that guy. I know that. He was on my Apple TV.
He was on Apple TV.
Margot's Got Money Trouble, I think it's called. He told me if I didn't plug that for him, he was gonna beat me, and I'll be honest, he's all hair and muscle, Charlie. I refuse to be in that kind of pain.
Well, you refuse to be in that kind of pain, but it appears that Halix doesn't refuse to be a part of co-stars like Allie Fanning, Michelle Pfeiffer, Nick Offerman, but right now his co-star is the mighty Tortuga, and he's finding out why they call him that Tortuga, picking up Halix, and like running into a brick wall, Kevin.
And you know, Tortuga's got a new singlet on tonight, and I think blue might be his color. He may be in blue, but he can't be feeling blue tonight. He's got to be feeling all gold, baby. This is his first championship defense. This is how he sets the tone for his title reign.
And so far, the tone that has been set is one of dominance. The mighty Tortuga hasn't lost a step, and that's good because I don't know if he's ever encountered an opponent who is as jacked and tan, baby, as Halix.
And you know, if I can pull from my time in the radio business, if Tortuga's setting the tone, he just turned it up and ripped the knob off.
Get the lead out indeed as Halix getting into the ring trying to bait Tortuga. Tortuga having none of that.
Oh!
Not only is that a tough turtle, that is a smart turtle as right hands rain in on Halix, lifting him off his feet. Tortuga sending Halix into the corner as it looks like we're going for a little bit of a splash. Halix moving out of the way and oh no!
The turtle is stuck on his shell, but not for long, Charlie. This man took the Socal Pro Golden State Championship home with him at Once Upon a Fair. He beat out Fidel Bravo after a month-long rivalry, and it all ended in a steel cage in the place he began. That means something, Charlie, more than any title has ever meant to anybody. Tortuga's Cinderella story means something to him, to the fans, and to everybody who tries to take it.
Tortuga using that turtle shell to his advantage. I don't know if Halix quite knows what to make of that as he picks him up and a big sidewalk slam from the reptile.
And it looks like Tortuga might have his work cut out for him. This is a durable opponent that he's facing. He may be all muscles and hair. Those are his words, not mine. But he sure does know how to roll with the punches. And punches are something that the mightiest turtle around provides in bunches.
As you can see, a punch sending Halix onto the top rope, draped across it. As Tortuga sends him into the corner, Halix going up and over, and a super kick to the stomach. Punch, chop, Halix showing off the offensive prowess, that striking ability, and looking to pick up the turtle, and that is one big turtle picked up.
Hey, you gotta think Tortuga isn't used to getting slammed by people like that. Most are not athletic enough to pick Tortuga up, let alone to give him a big scoop slam like that. He's gotta be wondering if he's gotta change the pace that he's long set.
And Halix appears to be asking the referee for a breather, maybe? None of that right now, Halix.
Much like there's no crying in baseball, there's no timeouts in the ring, and it looks like Halix just pulled something out of his pants, which is usually a crime, but here it might just be cheating.
Absolutely, Halix has a foreign object of some kind that he's desperately trying to hide from the referee, and now tosses it out of the ring.
It looks as though it was a successful attempt. He may have snuck that one past the ref, but the person he didn't sneak it by is the person he's going to have to answer to, the mighty Tortuga.
It's a little hard to ignore it when it's choking the life out of you. Tortuga fighting back, punch to the stomach, but Helix says, no, 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 none of that. A right, a back elbow, and a clothesline. Tortuga's gonna need to get out of this corner.
You might say the mighty Tortuga needs to come out of his shell in order to put some offense down on the Master of Disaster tonight.
You might say that, but I would never make a pun so that bad.
Yeah, well, there's a reason they hired me too.
And a totally awesome backslide. Helix going for the pin.
And to no success, and it looks like he sent Tortuga out of the ring. Thankfully, he has that shell to catch his fall. I gotta say, this has been a totally incredible contest. Absolutely impossible to predict now who is gonna come out on top and leave our Golden State champion. Oh my goodness.
Helix over the top rope to the outside. With a single axe handle down onto the cranium of Tortuga. Helix breaking the ref's count. If the referee counts to 10, remember, the title cannot change hands on count out or disqualification, the champion's advantage.
The idea of breaking the ref's count so you can stay out and beat up your opponent a little bit longer, you know, I don't like it, but I do respect it. It's an intelligent move.
Definitely showing the craftiness. Helix now grabbing fans. Helix got to be careful not to get himself disqualified like we just mentioned.
And you know, what's worse than losing a match in the ring is losing one in the parking lot afterwards because you were grabbing the fans. Significantly more difficult to come back from when there is no ref. And it looks like Tortuga has turned the momentum around on Helix a bit with one of those signature slaps. Oh!
And that right edge drop caving in the chest of Helix.
They heard that one in Hollywood. Tortuga's looking to send Helix back to the big screen. Off of his DVR for life. Do people still use DVR? I might have lost it there.
I think they use TiVo. And Helix with a very crafty yet underhanded maneuver, kicking that rope into the, well, the turtles lay eggs, right?
Female turtles lay eggs. I don't think the mighty Tortuga does, though.
Oh dear. Well then Tortuga might have a problem. Helix looking to capitalize on that tactic. It appears the momentum may have shifted as Tortuga now draped over the second rope and Helix pressing on Tortuga.
You know, I don't think that's allowed. But you know, I have seen in recent documentaries, if you step on a turtle shell, he may go into it and not come back out. That's when you kick it out of the way.
And as we've already discovered, that could be bad news for Helix. Hard to pin when the turtle's in its shell, but Tortuga not even knowing where he is right now, I don't know if he'd have the wherewithal to go into the shell.
If anybody's got the wherewithal, the heart, and the power of the people on his side, it's the mighty Tortuga. We've seen him beat nearly impossible odds, like the impossible odds to break that pin just now, Charlie.
Absolutely throwing Helix off, and that is not easy, as you can see the body on Helix, the hair.
And Helix kindly giving the ref a quick lesson in counting to 3. Sometimes you need that. I don't think it was necessary this time, but I think it was good natured.
Trading strikes, Tortuga fighting his way back up. Absolutely the definition, if you look up fighting champion in the dictionary, Tortuga's right there, giving you a thumbs up.
And you know, the shell-shocking, body-rocking, big blue machine, he is in blue tonight, has come back time and time again to show us that he's never truly out of a fight. It only takes one slip-up from his opponent for him to be back in the action.
Tortuga stopping that action. Helix looking for an Irish whip. Tortuga holding on to the rope, stopping it there. Tortuga up and out.
The incredible agility of the big man is on display here.
Vintage Tortuga as Helix runs into the enziguri.
classic for a reason, Charlie.
Tortuga trapping that arm of Helix back into the ring, and a big arm drag sending Helix all the way 16 feet across that ring.
The big turtle splash in the corner, followed by the Izinguri, is gonna do some significant damage to the body.
Shelly to belly, and that could be it. But Helix is able to get the shoulder up at the count of 2.5.
And Tortuga has an expression on his face as though he's thinking, what the shell just happened here? And it looks like he's gonna continue to try to fight back for this pin. And Helix looking a lot worse for wear. You gotta think Tortuga's a lot of man coming down on your midsection here. And we got, the Tortuga splash misses.
Tortuga splash misses, and that could be bad for the big man. Like you said, that is a lot of turtle crashing down on you, but unfortunately it crashed down to the mat, and Tortuga's looking like he's in trouble.
Unfortunately, damage like that to the knees can really hurt the agility, the ability, not to rhyme, of our Golden State champion. And you gotta wonder if the effects on those knees are gonna come back to haunt him. Remember, if you can't stand, it's really hard to win a match.
Wiser words have never been spoken as Helix from the outside bouncing Tortuga's skull off the corner turnbuckle. Now those are pads, but they ain't that soft, Cormac.
It looks like he's gonna go from the top here.
And a
devious fake out.
And a very interesting modified buckshot lariat. Instead of going from the outside, goes from the corner. Might have caught Tortuga off guard, but only a count of 2.
Remember, if you've got a shout, you've got 360 security. There is no off guard for Tortuga. You can hit him with whatever you like. He's gonna come back. Bigger, better, stronger, turtlier. And it looks like he's gonna go for it again. Devious plans in the mind of
Helix going from the top rope. Looking for that swanton bomb, but nobody's home. Helix looks like he's out on his feet.
And it looks like he was going to attempt to go for the mask of Tortuga there. Tortuga denying it. Clearly he's learned something from his feud with Eddie Islas.
Tortuga stunning Helix with those 2 right hands. Looking for that torture rack into a blue bomb.
And Tortuga
Here is your winner, and still the Socal Pro Golden State Champion, the mighty Tortuga.
And let's see it again, folks. There we go into that blue thunder bomb from Tortuga to win it all. And there we go, 1, 2, 3. The Cinderella story of the mighty Tortuga continues tonight here at Socal Pro Summer Sizzle. Once again, I am Kevin Cormac. The Mac is back. I'm suing you, Conor McGregor. Here with Scarlet Charlotte, Gnarly Charlie, whatever you call her. She's my partner tonight.
Absolutely, Cinderella story, the mighty Tortuga, but that's not glass slippers that he's got. That is the Socal Pro Golden State Championship.
And you don't want to leave that one behind. It's expensive.
Absolutely, and you know that after midnight, it does turn into a pumpkin.
Really? I didn't know that.
That's not true, I made it up. But Tortuga's not making it up. Tortuga is living high. Thank you for joining us here at Summer Sizzle. We've got one more match, and it is, well, big is kind of an understatement.
I'm sorry, I can't get over the fact that you're a liar. Let's kick it to the ring announcer. I can't even talk to you right now. Lie to me.
What do we think of everything we've seen so far tonight? I'll take that as a compliment. All right. Thank you so much for being such a great crowd. We've got a very exciting main event for you coming up right now for the Socal Pro Heavyweight Championship. Let's bring them out. The following is our main event contest scheduled for one fall. And it is for the Socal Pro Heavyweight Championship. Introducing first the challenger from parts unknown, weighing in at 200 coconuts. He is the Lucha Daddy, Montrose Jungle. And his opponent, from the peaks of Gold Country, California, weighing in at a trim 237 pounds, standing above them all, he is the Socal Pro Heavyweight Champion, Matthias.
Pissed off. That's what he's doing. He's already mad.
And we are off. Montrose Jungle making short work of closing the gap between him and Matthias. Finally, we have somebody who can rival Matthias in terms of raw power and strength. I'm just so excited.
Absolutely, and I'm scooting away because you are absolutely on fire. So is Montrose Jungle. Montrose Jungle going to the second rope, and a big Alita arm drag sending Matthias into the corner.
The big bad Lucha Daddy is wasting no time in trying to put Matthias away. He is doing incredible amounts of damage, and it seems like every time we see Montrose Jungle here at Socal Pro, he's challenging a champion and taking them to their absolute limits, Charlie.
Absolutely. Now, normally Matthias is the one to go 0 to 100 off the bat, but Montrose Jungle said, well, you want to go toe for toe? You want to see the power of the Lucha Daddy? Leg drop by Montrose Jungle. Matthias, for the first time in his championship reign, looking like the underdog?
Perhaps not the best choice to try to pin Matthias right away. This is the peak of the mountain. This is a master of Korean martial arts and the gym. And I have to say, it's going to take a lot more than that to take Matthias out tonight.
And Matthias taking out Montrose Jungle.
Cunning, scheming, maniacal, Matthias.
And Matthias sending Montrose Jungle into the corner. Matthias said, you want to hit me? Fine, I'll have you hit the steel.
And you know, if you do enough damage to the brain, eventually your opponent can no longer kick out. And I think that's Matthias' logic. He has a sledgehammer.
And Matthias has just set the record of his title reign. Fastest time to calling for sledging.
Did he name it?
Well, I did, and he just bounced it off that corner. You can hear that 8-pound sledgehammer bouncing off the steel of that post.
You'd see Montrose very quickly turn that around, using his well-trained jungle cat claws to rake the back of Matthias. Sometimes, when they go low, we go lower.
Montrose with an elbow drop onto the apron.
Taking a little bit of time to showboat. You can't forget about the people that got you here, Charlie.
Absolutely not, but it looks like he may have taken a little too long as Matthias pressing the thumbs into the eyes.
And remember, if you can't see, you can't win.
Matthias taking a page of the book from the mountain. Matthias at the top of the mountain, looking to target the head of Motros Jungle, the Lucha Daddy.
And remember, sometimes when you're climbing a mountain, your best bet is to turn around and look at how far you've come. Unfortunately, if you're being blinded because your eyes are being gouged out, you cannot look back at all or forward.
Which is unfortunate because there's very few people in SoCal Pro Wrestling who've come as far, who've done as much as Motros Jungle.
Motros is an incredibly accomplished veteran, not just in SoCal Pro, but in the pro wrestling community as a whole. There are few that have done more than Motros. He is arguably, on a lot of people's SoCal Mount Rushmore.
And well-deserved, but someone who's looking to be every face of everyone's wrestling Mount Rushmore. Matthias, like a freight train, almost going through Motros Jungle, but Motros Jungle gets out of the way, rolls out of the way. The cat's got some quickness.
Now, since Matthias put out his challenge to the entire world almost 4 months ago, we've seen an absolutely incredible influx of diverse challengers who have pushed Matthias to their limits. He's taken on the likes of CJ Tino, Judiz, and now Motros Jungle. Some of the most accomplished people in Southern California have come around to try and climb to the peak of that mountain, and as Matthias has promised, he's kicked them all back down.
And Matthias with those short arm clotheslines, and Motros Jungle with a palm strike of his own sends Matthias reeling to the corner. Matthias grabbing Motros Jungle, kick to the stomach, and now looking to possibly rain down some punches onto the cat.
Now, a wise man once told me, if you can't beat them, continue to beat them until they can't get back up, and you'll probably beat them. I believe that is the Matthias mentality. I can't say it's the Matthias method that's been trademarked.
It's definitely not the most eloquent solution, but it is one that I cannot fault the logic of. But Motros Jungle picking up Matthias and slamming him down, a power bomb to the champ. Motros Jungle with that back elbow. Matthias, this is the most time we've ever seen the champ down.
But you know something, as a wise poet once said, I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep him down.
Tub thumping indeed, and only a count of 2 as Matthias is able to get his shoulder up and break that count and retain, so far, the SoCal Pro Heavyweight Championship, but this match is far from over, Kevin.
Now, something that I've mentioned before, but I'll mention it again for the sake of it, this is a master of Korean martial arts. This is a master of the mind and self-discipline. Now, what a spine buster! Came out of nowhere!
A spine buster, Matthias playing a little possum, may not have been as hurt as originally intended, and almost sends Motros Jungle through the ring with that spine buster.
My God. He's got him up, and he's got him down.
Looking for that modified driver as Motros Jungle sends the champ into the corner. Now getting a breather, both of these guys, both men feeling that breather, and Motros Jungle looking for a big hip attack.
That's 200 coconuts right down on the spine. If the spine buster's damaging, that's devastating, Charlie.
And a black hole slam. A black hole slam straight from the center of the jungle, but Matthias still able to get that shoulder up and continue this contest.
Now, I don't know what they're feeding these guys in Parts Unknown, but it seems every time a wrestler's come to SoCal Pro from Parts Unknown, they've been simply built different. But Matthias is built better, allegedly.
Kevin, you know that's not a singular. Never mind, as Matthias pulling Motros Jungle down with that arm drag off the top rope. And that twisting neck breaker. And Motros Jungle kicked out. We've seen Matthias end many a match with that move, and Motros Jungle was able to get his shoulder up at 2.9, Kevin.
It's like I said, the guys from Parts Unknown are just built different. they can resist more. I think it's because our gravity is different. And if you mean to tell me that there is no singular parts unknown, then where are all these guys coming from, Charlie?
That's the thing, it's parts never mind, as Motros Jungle is looking for that head of steam, as we might see. Cannonball!
Oh, the Lucha Daddy sending 200 coconuts directly into the front, into the back. He's really using his weight to his advantage tonight, Charlie. He is not a small fellow, and it is absolutely devastating when he drops that weight on you.
Absolutely, but that weight is nothing but pure power.
No.
As Matthias moves out of the way of that devastating splash, Matthias showing the power of his own, picking up the big cat like it's nothing.
Oh no.
And
Modified
driving
driver.
into the mat.
Oh, and it looks like he's going to seek to put it all away here. He's having a hard time rolling him over. There we go.
And Motros Jungle able to get that shoulder up.
Matthias can't believe it.
Matthias is absolutely beside himself. The worst part about Matthias is when he's stunned, he gets angry.
And when he gets angry, he does horrific things.
Like get a sledgehammer, for
And
example.
it looks like we might be seeing, does he have another one? He has 2 sledgehammers. Not 1, 2. They come in pairs now.
And the referee, I mean, that is a deadly weapon. As Matthias now grabbing the chain. Motros Jungle with that chain from his entrance gear.
I don't
Matthias,
respect it.
referee didn't see it. The Matthias driving Motros Jungle down. And Matthias, and still.
Here is your winner, and still the Socal Pro Heavyweight Champion, Matthias.
Matthias' reign of tyranny continues on and on. Let's see it again.
One more time, Matthias taking that chain, that gold diamond-studded chain from Motros Jungle's entrance and bouncing it off the skull of Motros Jungle.
And you gotta wonder, is Motros capable of getting back up right now, or did Matthias do too much damage?
And Matthias beside himself doesn't look like he's done. He's looking for something underneath that ring.
He already had 2 hammers. There's no guessing what else is under there. A 3rd hammer!
What, did Matthias raid Home Depot before coming here?
Oh, God. Not Motros. They don't have healthcare in parts unknown. What's this?
I know that music!
Oh
I know that
my
music!
God!
That's Ricky Mandel!
Ricky Mandel is here! That's Socal Pro, Charlie!
Ricky Mandel has come home!
If we were sizzling before, we're boiling right now, Charlie!
12 years ago, Motros Jungle debuted at Socal Pro Wrestling against Ricky Mandel.
Oh,
Everything has come full circle. Ricky Mandel, Motros Jungle's godfather of wrestling.
It's the circle of life as all jungles move in. Ricky Mandel is back, and oh my God, he looks better than ever. And it looks like we're gonna hear from him tonight, not just see him. What a treat, Charlie.
Surprise! Matthias, enjoy that title while you can. Because not only am I coming after you, but I'm coming to take back what is rightfully mine!
an incredible return to finish out Summer Sizzle 2026, Charlie.
Ricky Mandel returning and laying the proverbial hammer down.
Not a blow had to be struck. Ricky Mandel's presence is enough to send Matthias reeling, and a promise of a title shot for Ricky Mandel keeps you on your toes here at Socal Pro Summer Sizzle. I've been Kevin Cormack.
And I've been Scarlett Charlotte.
Thank you so much, and good